Hey, what is up everybody? Blades here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over the new things that were actually shown yesterday, which is for the P5X anniversary. One of these things is the video for the 4.0 version here, and so we're going to be taking a good look at that trailer and checking out what all they really dropped here that's been actually translated. So once again, thank you guys for all watching, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. But before we straight up get into it, I have to say, y'all have blown my expectations out the water. We've been going crazy insane when it does come down to just straight up or attention, everything like that. Y'all have been absolutely going insane. Even though some of these videos that I did not think was going to do quite well, for example, this one being the 25 level clear thing, I didn't think many people were going to pay attention to that. It's 300 people, 400 people. Y'all may not find that as like a lot of folks, especially seeing the subscriber count. It may not be that much, but I'll be honest with you, I only expect to get usually 200 through 300 views. So anything above is usually a plus for me. So thank you guys very much for all of, course, the support. Y'all have been absolutely amazing, especially in the last few freaking weeks. It's been an amazing ride so far. I'm gonna have a Catchy's build guide out very soon. I should be starting, at least I want to try and get it out on Monday is what I'm gonna try to do. So I think tonight what I could try to do is try to finish up the B-roll and finish up the little last few infographics, then we can get started on that. And then I really want to get started on shorts for you all, because of course you guys have enjoyed shorts. We did these two for Persona themselves, at least very early on, and we haven't done it since. So of course we're gonna go ahead and continue doing these because y'all seem to like these as well. So I'm gonna try and get those out as well when it comes down to that. And geez, I can't stop saying that. That shows you when I'm like actually freaking excited. But enough the yip yap, let's get into the video. So we got the whole thing here. I do have to say there's some interesting things about this version 4.0 little trailer. I looked at a little bit of it here, didn't get all the way through it, but there are some interesting things that go about it. So let's go ahead and give it a look-see. Hopefully everything can be heard pretty well. I'll have to check that out. This palace is so beautiful. I won't lie. Like, it's actually really beautiful. These familiar. All right, so we got our new character. He is the last of the Phantom Thieves. He is going to be the last one being part of Wonder's group. So. And then we have Aran over here. All right, so here's the anniversary character. If you guys did not know, she's going to be having her own thing as well. And there she is. Look at her. She is a navigator, so keep that in mind as well. She's going to be fairly important to get. All right, so we got more things with the actual palaces. This is interesting. I don't know what's going on here. It looks interesting though. New boss. Oh, I see Sai moves. Okay. And then we got this dude. So there's his awakening as well. I think his name is Ikinami. I think it's something like that there. Which he does look pretty cool. I did find out he is going to be a 4-star, so that's very awesome. Finally, we're getting another 4-star, which it's kind of sad that he's a story character to have a 4-star, but you know, still 4-star. I'm guessing this is more like a side quest, side story. Yeah, because we have Aran here. Perform the Phantom Thief Familia. Oh snap. Okay, so it's like a play. Yeah, it's like a whole little play, so that's nice. And we have the palace, some more looks into it, which really looks nice. I'm not gonna lie, they did very well with this palace. It does really look in depth, so I do like that. A lot of interactive things that you're gonna have to mess with. Like, look at that, you got gunning down things, you got of course the ant, and then about freaking time, more mementos. I saw this and I flipped my hat. It was crazy. I don't know what this is here, but mementos is such a huge deal because I haven't gotten to see mementos in quite a long time. So awesome. New 5-star, which is the anniversary character named Ange. She is a navigator. She does help out with extra turns as well, so she's going to be really broken. I think I can only get her A1 most likely and get her weapon, but that's about it. But it looks like she heals, which is pretty darn cool to see. Obviously, here's the extra turn mechanic here. 206 on my man skull, not bad. Boom. All right, and then we have the 4-star. First of all, his design is amazing. I actually love his persona's design as well. Like, his fit, pretty okay. It's pretty high. I like it. 5-star weapon is actually amazing looking, but that persona is just crazy nice. It looks so good. I got the curtain coming in. Okay, hold on. You think he him for real? Kind of like the highlight too. And then we have the confidant. Okay, so if you guys have not done the confidants yet for anyone else, do know that of course each confidant gives you about 1,200 gems. So this will give you another, of course, decent bit of gems. You guys want to go ahead and knock those out, get the confidant on up. And then it seems like we have a new weapon. Now this weapon, if it's anything going with the characters, I'm pretty sure it's going to be an extra turn. New players, this is something you guys want to look at. I'll be going over this in a separate video, but yeah, this is going to be the best time for new players to want to start as well. Got a lot of things here, lots of gifts, and this is pre-anniversary stuff. This is like pre-anniversary, but pretty much at Annie, so you can call it just the Annie events here. And there's a lot of stuff that we could look at. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, and then the new fit. Now this is gonna be the first thing we talk about actually after this, because it's cool, don't get it wrong, it is cool, but if you guys see it on the screen, which I'm pretty positive you're probably gonna get what I'm gonna be complaining about in a second, then you'll understand. But this banner, best time for people to start. Like, every last limited characters back, so that's gonna be really good for people, except for Chinese New Year in, which does kind of suck, but still nice. And I think all the gyms have been discounted too, so really nice. We got foam backgrounds coming in, looking nice. And then some fixes, which we'll read those afterwards. Oh, her cut-in looks so nice. I didn't get to see the cut-ins. Wait a minute. I like both of those. See, I'm a sucker for like the smallest things, bro. Okay, and I think this is the end of it. Yes, okay, so it is the end of it. Love how they have my man Mesa in the back representing. You know what? That's happy. It makes me happy right there. But one of the things we need to talk about is the first thing I wanted to talk about here, and it was mainly just it was the main thing that kind of triggered me. But I guess it's not on here, so we need to pull it up from freaking what's it called, Najak. So go ahead and get Najak real quick. Boom. And he went over it just like I was gonna go over it. But this character, this skin is a gacha costume. So if you were anything, and let me pull that back down my screen. If you were here for the CN or the Chinese New Year thing, of course, we had our first costume skin, which was the Wonder costume skin. Now, all of us complained about that to an extent, but it actually wasn't that bad. I think to get the whole Chinese New Year skin, if you had to go to pity, was like a multi and a half, or either like 2 multis, which really isn't that bad. That's like 3,000 gems, not too bad, right? In which, yeah, you had to do technically 2 multis to get that outfit. There was some goodies along the way that was kind of okay, including some like customizable things such as like a picture frame, card back portrait, stuff like that. Pretty decent. Some okay-ish stuff to have. But with that skin is we actually had changes to animations, and that was both the attack animation for a persona highlight, the defensive animation to a persona highlight, and the healing animation to a persona highlight, as well as we had changes for just in general how of course the Man Wonder did look, which was a really good looking just outfit. Now this one is the same one. It is a gacha costume, but the issue is first of all, the outfit's kind of mid. Let's keep it real. Outfit's kind of mid. It would have been awesome if they put a little bit more thought into it, or at least a little bit more what's it called, I guess, a customization into it. You keep the same outfit, but at least have some things that are customizable with it to make it look more appealing, right? One, I'm still probably gonna get it. I'm a sucker like that because I love just freaking limited time stuff that is for costumes. But what I hate about this is the outfit actually does not change a single thing. It doesn't change the animations of him. It doesn't have like any different like type of deals for this character. What I mean by animations is I'm not talking about like moves and stuff like that. It just doesn't change the highlight. That was the main big deal that made a lot of people want to get the Wonder outfit, was because we already like the fit. The fit on Joker is okay. All right, it is a free DLC fit that we did get in P5R, I think, or either P5, one of the two. I'm pretty sure it's P5R. But we got a free DLC outfit, pretty darn nice. But the thing is, it didn't change much. It didn't change anything. And for a thing that doesn't change anything, and all you get is just a new battle image, as it says right here. I mean, I feel like it should be cheaper. Okay, I feel like it should be cheaper. It most likely is going to be exactly the same amount, or at least the Chinese New Year one. So that's kind of a miss on their part. They did that kind of badly. I don't like that, but I guess we have to roll with the punches. Not the end of the world, I guess. But anyways, that's all I want to say on that. Now the next thing that I want to say is for the best time for a lot of you new players. I'm gonna have a separate video for this because of course I wanted to go over what like you should be picking out of the shops. And of course we're gonna have what's it called, these tickets that you can buy that can give you a 5-star character up to cord and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing a video on that fairly soon, so I wanted to mix these two together. But just to say, this is the best time for a lot of you guys who are new, who want to start TW and KR. This would be the best time to actually start it because of course it's going to be easy, get you guys to level 80 fairly fast, and then get up an account. So that'd be your best thing to do. I'm gonna do this a third time too. I'm gonna do this a third time where I'm most likely gonna just hardcore grind a KR account, because why not? I might do this one all on freaking stream. I do want to stream very soon in this month, so I might do this all on stream where I just make a new account. Most likely next week when this event does drop, and we're just gonna pull for characters that we missed. So for example, Zumi, stuff like that, all those characters, we're gonna be trying to pull those guys so we can actually get them up as well. So nice time, at least nice time to actually start, best time to do so, and I'm definitely gonna be trying to do that as well. But now for our next thing that we can go ahead and take a look at is some of the changes. Now we have some balance changes happening here that were announced, being highlights. And now it used to remove highlight energy when taking damage, but now doing that, or at least they're removing highlight when taking damage. So that's now in there. Increasing highlight after each turn. So each turn we do get highlight energy. That is kind of interesting. So we do get that in there. Awesome. Pin calculation. Pin will now calculate before defense down. So afterwards take the decreased value into defense down calculation, which is interesting for at least damage people out there who like some theory crafting. Always interesting there. Door to Nightmare changed to 1 season every 3 weeks. So now instead of 2 weeks, our updates are actually now, instead of 2 weeks, they're now 3 weeks. So we have longer time to somewhat save. Just do keep in mind that doesn't mean you can kind of goof off a little bit, because you still want to be able to get all the gems you can get. But every 3 weeks that does reset. We of course have some new little multipliers and things like that. And then Sea of Soul is the same way, but they also did us a favor. They're removing freeze and insta kill debuffs from enemies. So that will make a lot of our runs a lot more stable and easier, because I won't lie, there's been a few of them where your whole just thing, you can have the perfect setup, and I think the last 2 you can get insta killed or to get frozen, and it just utterly ruined the whole vibe of that whole thing. You have to redo it all over, or either you just have to deal with it and just take the punches. It was fairly annoying process. Glad that they're actually removing that from the enemies. So cool, made things a lot interesting. Then we of course have the optimization things that we need to take a look at. Decrease file size, improve graphics, UI controls and camera controls optimized, battle timing for auto battle, awesome. Rating chat inside of my palace, pretty awesome. Cherish and Howler from the all awareness gift box can now be selected, so you no longer have to do like a random thing. It now can actually be selected, which is nice. Change all revelation card rewards from commission to revelation selector. Okay, cool. New confidant skills for that converts overflow social stats. So interesting with this. I don't know how that's going to go, so I'm going to be looking into that. And then of course special effects for Joker and Mona, wonder controls and character animation in certain scenes, and then certain skills and scenes. So we did get some actual like little bit of optimization, which is really nice to actually see there. It's actually good to have, so that's always good. But alongside of this, I feel like I'm missing one more thing, because there was something else I wanted to talk about. Maybe I'm tripping. There was one more thing I wanted to actually talk about this, and I think it was in the video here. So hold on, let's check. Okay, so yeah, we do have a few things I wanted to actually go ahead and look at and actually talk about here. First of all, Palace, absolutely amazing, looks awesome. Glad they're doing this. But they do have mementos in here that is getting added. It's about time that we got another memento selection that gives us a lot more gems that we can get out of that section as well, so look forward to that. The only thing I'm really interested in is this, because I don't know about this event at all, so this event's going to be fairly interesting to see as well. So fairly interesting with that event. And then I think the only other thing I wanted to mention here was it, no, okay, it wasn't anything in here, so don't know actually what that was. But I am going to talk about the 4-star. 4-star, from what I heard here, is going to be a really good all-around 4-star as well. So they are going to have some decent buffs and things like that, so we're going to be keeping our eye out on this character, and when that does drop, I will be definitely doing a guide on both of them very soon. I need to really start like amping up my guide production very soon for that. But all in all, this is really cool. I'm very excited. Look out for another video today. I'm most likely doing that one to show you guys exactly who you should be picking from the little select thing and why. So look out for that as well. But till next time, everybody, peace out.